Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome viewers once again to my channel. If you are an existing viewer, most welcome. If you are new, you are most welcome. Please subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon so that you can get notification of all future videos. Okay, so today's presentation is about the apostrophe or apostrophes. Okay, so the format: firstly I go through the concept, then there are some examples for you to have a look at, then some quiz questions, and finally some entirely up to you how you use the presentation. Many people just look at the tests, but of course I'd rather you went through the whole slideshow so that you can benefit, but obviously, you know, I hope it meets your needs. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the apostrophe is used to show ownership. So what we have here is the word S, the letter S with the apostrophe shown on it. Okay, so when the apostrophe is after the S, it means that the word ends in S, therefore it was a plural, and that is where the apostrophe goes. I think with a few examples you will understand a little bit better. Or it could go before the S, okay, which means that the noun is not a plural and there is a belonging there. So after this there will be a noun. Okay, so some words obviously end in S, therefore they don't need an apostrophe. Okay, so we need to look out for this, and this is the most common mistake. And as I've told you, I am an examiner for GCSE English, and I see this an awful lot, and I'm afraid it has to be marked down. And as I've said, there are 15 marks at GCSE. At 11 plus also there are, I think there are 5 or 6 marks, and of course SATs, it's a paper in itself. Okay, let's get started. Sorry, there's the thought process then. So just to summarize, do you want to show the noun owns something, and is it already a plural? And if the answer is yes, then the apostrophe goes after the S. Or if it's not a plural and you want to show that the noun owns something, the answer to that is yes, then the apostrophe goes before the S. So the first example, I like the girl's shoes. So we notice here that the apostrophe is after the L, or L for the phonics people, after the L, so it's G-I-R-L apostrophe S. I like the girl's shoes. The girl owns the shoes. There's only one girl, and you know, as I've said, it's not girls, it's just one girl, therefore the apostrophe is after the L. She liked the 3 friends' shoes. Okay, so we have a plural, friends, they own the shoes, therefore it is after the S. She went out with her friends. Okay, so in this instance there is no ownership, the friends do not own anything, so there is no apostrophe. Okay, we're ready for the quiz. So as I say, I've got the questions, and I will pause for a short while for you, so that you can either pause, and as I've always suggested, you can, you know, just write the answers. I think in this one there are 12 quiz questions, so just write down numbers 1 to 12, or as I always prefer, I make the students write the whole sentence out. Okay, thus improving their handwriting skills as well. Okay, the first one, he went round to his friend, there's a space, house. So Does the apostrophe go after the D, or is there an S? Okay, so I hope you've answered that. It is of course after the D, because we have a noun, house. The house belongs to the friend. He went round to his friend's house. Friend apostrophe S, house. Next one, the man space car had broken down. Okay, so once again we see a noun there, the car. The car must belong to somebody, and it belongs to the man. So it's MAN apostrophe S. The man's car had broken down. Number 3, where are the spelling LADIE space fitting rooms? Okay, so in this instance there is no apostrophe needed. We just add the S to get the spelling right. Where are the ladies' fitting rooms? LADIES, no apostrophe needed. Next, I think it's number 4. At the zoo I saw the MONKEY space having fun. Okay, so once again there isn't a noun, so it's just going to be a plural. At the zoo I saw the monkeys having fun. Okay, the next one. The school space buildings were clean and tidy. Okay, so we see the word school and we see buildings. The buildings must belong to the school, therefore the apostrophe goes after the L. The school's buildings. So in this instance, had I placed an S, then the apostrophe would go after the S, more than one school. As it stands, it is one school, so therefore the spelling SCHOOL apostrophe S. Schools buildings were clean and tidy. One school with a number of buildings belonging to it. The book must be John, and we have a space. I think this is number 6. Okay, nice and easy, although we have the proper noun John at the end of it, but there is the thing that belongs to him, which is the book. That book must be John's. So JOHN apostrophe S. There is a belonging, but the sentence is in a slightly different order. So the book must be John's. Number 7. The student space results were excellent. Okay, so once again we have to ask ourselves, is it one student? And if we assume that, then it's after the T. Okay, so there isn't an S on it already. Again, if there was an S on the word students, it would be more than one, but as it stands, it's one student and obviously he has more than one result, so it's student, student, apostrophe s. The students' results were excellent. Okay, next one, it's sorry, what number are we on? 8. Number 8, so I have to count then. They showed the contestant space achievements when they were voted off, and we're told that it's all of the contestants. Okay, so if we're told that it's all of the contestants, then we must add an S on contestants, so it is S apostrophe. Had it been singular, one contestant with his achievements, which is also could also have been correct, but because of the information that we're given in brackets, we must add an S and then the apostrophe. So all of the contestants, so each one of them had achievements. They showed the contestants contestants apostrophe achievements when they were voted off. I've read all of Dickens' space novels. Number 9. Okay, so nice and easy. So the novels belong to or written by Dickens, therefore the apostrophe is after the N. The novels belong to Dickens, Dicken apostrophe S. I've read all of Dickens' novels. Okay, the next one, the television space were all in the sales. Okay, so if you got this one right, a little bit of a trick question. So here there is no belonging, and because of that word were, we just merely add s. If it was so that were tells us that there is more than one television, so it is just adding an s, no apostrophes in this instance. The televisions were all in the sale. Okay, if it was one television, of course it would be was, the television was in the sale. Okay, but here, because of that word were, the televisions were all in the sale, just adding an S. Number 11, our 3 cat space bowls were empty. Okay, well, because there is a plural noun, bowls, okay, then it could be either, but of course we're only told it's one cat. As it stands, that one, sorry, I got that wrong. It's 3 cats, therefore we have to add s on the word, so it's the apostrophe goes after the s. Our 3 cats, CATS apostrophe bowls were empty. Sorry about that. So the correct answer, we add an s and the apostrophe goes after that. So our 3 cats' bowls were empty. We have 3 cats and they each have a bowl. And the final one. Okay, so once again, as it stands, there is one student who may have a number of uniforms, but because of that plural uniforms, it's more correct that the students' uniforms looked smart. So it's students apostrophe. The students' uniforms looked smart. So we're talking about a plural or many uniforms, and of course, at one time you would see lots of people. I mean, it may well be that the one student has lots of uniforms, but because of the way that the sentence is put together, it is actually plural. The students' uniforms looked smart. Okay, so I hope you have learnt that concept, and what follows now is a number of tests for you to test yourself. So the format, so I have put up the test, and where the numbers are, then we are writing in whether there is an apostrophe or not. So if we just look at the first one, a friend and I visited Wakefield. So does an apostrophe go there? Town centre. Okay, so if we do that together, the answer of course is yes, Wakefield's town centre. So the number one, Wakefield apostrophe S. So I'm going to put each slide for about 10-15 seconds so that you have chance to pause, and then for the first one I think I reveal the answers, and then there's test 2 and 3, and the answers are at the end. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next slide, which has got the answers to test 1. So these are the answers to test 1. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next slide now, which has got the test 2. This is test 2. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next slide now, which has got test 3. Okay, so this is test 3. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next slide now, which has answers to test 2. So here are the answers to test 2. Okay, and finally test 3 answers. Okay, viewers, thank you very much. I am going to move on to the final slide and bid you farewell. Okay, thank you very, very much for watching. As always, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell icon so that you are notified. Please tell your friends all about my little effort to share my PowerPoints with you. Please look after yourselves in these difficult times. Okay, let's try my Urdu again. Allah Hafiz viewers, अपना ख्याल रखिए, दूसरों का भी ख्याल रखिए, and until the next time, goodbye. Allah Hafiz.